EBPMAN with tablets for me, and today we're going to do an unboxing and review of a portable cabinet mount from UpperDesk. So guys, let's take a look and see what's in the box of the UpperDesk portable cabinet mount. So when you open it up, what you find is your instructions with all the details and how to mount your UpperDesk tablet mount with, again, all of the controls or the different levers that you can use to adjust the mounting of your tablet. You have the actual mount itself. Let's open this up for a second. And here it is. And what we'll do is, now that we've seen here, there's really nothing else in the box except the actual tablet mount itself with that instruction. What we'll do is we'll look at the actual controls, how do you adjust it, and we'll put it on our cabinet and see how it works. Why would you want to use a tablet mount in your kitchen? Well, first of all, especially if you're like me and my family, we love to cook. And you may have an online recipe, a video that you want to watch as you're doing your cooking, or you just want to watch a movie as you're cooking in the kitchen. And you really don't want to drill holes into your cabinets because you'll want to be able to move this mount wherever you'd like in the kitchen. This is where a portable mount like this comes in. Now, this specific mount from UpperDesk allows you to use tablets or smartphones. So the smallest it could support is a 4-inch phone all the way up to a 14-inch tablet. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually see how we can mount different size tablets and different size phones while using the mount. So in front right here you have your actual controls. So this is where you'd actually place your tablet. And if you notice here on the side, you have multiple angles. And what this allows you to do is have different viewing angles. So as you put in your phone or your tablet, you go into different angles like this. And each one of these slots would tilt the screen to the appropriate angle that you'd like to see. Now in the back here you have this locking mechanism, which allows this area to shift up and down, as you see right here. And what you can then do is you can actually use this to lock it into a specific position. You also have the ability by pressing this button here to extend it. So this is like if you're going for the super large tablets and you want to have, extra space so that you have even more space. Look how wide that got. You have the ability to shift this down, and I'm going to do it again, all the way down. I can look at how large this screen could be of whatever I would put here. Or I can just leave it in its normal size. And I can tell you from my experience with it already, I don't really have to have it open all the way. I'm just going to put it back to its normal size. And here I can adjust it. If I do this again, I can go back up one slot. And once again, do the adjustment. And that's just going to determine how far down your tablet also sits from your actual cabinet. So once again, you have this locking mechanism that you could use to adjust how much grip, or depending on the size of your device, where do you want it to grip. On the back, you have this that goes inside of your cabinet, and you have this mechanism here that basically allows you to push this area up so that it butts right underneath your cabinet. And if you want to pull it down, you'll notice that it will not pull down. But by pressing this lever here, it actually goes down now. Now it moves freely. If you don't, and you push up, yeah, you'll be able to push it up. But when you try to pull it down, unless you push that lever, it will not go down. All right, so that's to hold it in place. Now, another feature about this cabinet mount is that it has the ability to swivel. Notice that, how you can swivel? And this is a great feature because you may want to tilt it in this direction because you're not going to want this mount and your tablet right over your stove. So you may have it to the left or to the right, and if you want to be able to see the recipe or you want to be able to see what's online, or maybe you're even Skyping with a relative, you'll want to be able to turn it sideways so that you can see what's going on or they can see what's going on. And some other mounts that we've reviewed in the past don't have that swivel feature. So let's mount it. I'll show you how you mount it. We'll put some devices, and then we'll see how the swivel and some of the other areas of the actual device work. This is how you mount it. So I have my cabinet open. Remember, there's no drilling with this specific mount. And notice how I'm just putting it here on the side. I'm doing this slowly just so that you can see. So here's that rubber kind of padding that I have right here that I'm going to use to adjust, because you know that underneath the cabinet you have, it's not this thick, it's actually thinner. So I'll put it in like this. And then once I have it in like this, all I'll do is I'll push the actual button, this lever up. Remember, to take it out, it's not going to come down unless I move that lever that we have right here. So once it's up, it's going to stay there. Now, it's still going to be, maybe it's going to wiggle just a little bit don't worry about that if it wiggles a little bit, because really what you're trying to do is, with the weight of the tablet, it's going to push downward, and that's where you're going to get the support. Now I'm going to go ahead and close the cabinet, and now I have the tablet mount in its place, right? And we talked about the swivel motion that you have, and we talked about how we can actually adjust this to move it upward or downward. Now if you notice, the height of my cabinet, I would probably not lower this arm any further. I don't have any need to do that because I actually like the distance. It's almost a hand distance between the bottom of my the top of my counter and where the tablet would be. I may want this area so that as I'm cooking or moving things around. But if I were to take, let's say this is a Samsung Galaxy Note 3, and I were to put it here just like this, and I were to lower this arm, you notice that, and I were to lock it, I have my Galaxy Note 3 in place, and I can turn it to the left, I can turn it to the right. If I wanted it in a different position, let's say I'm Skyping with somebody, I can do this, put it in this way too. And you'll notice that I do have a case on the actual phone, so I haven't taken the case off, and you notice it's in a good position there. So here now I'm in a position where I can do some Skyping and turn it this way or turn it this way, and I have really the opportunity to use the phone hands-free as I'm working on whatever I'm doing in the kitchen. As I mentioned, you have the different angles. So with the phone, it probably doesn't do much for you. So that's position 1. And again, with this thing lowered, you have position 1. Position 2 gives you an additional angle. And then position 3 gives you a third angle. I could do the same thing. Here's an iPad mini. So I can go ahead and notice that I'm still keeping my case on. What I'll do is I can put it in position, and then I can lower this down. Now, what I would recommend, this happens to be a very flexible case. I'd recommend that you take off the case, but you notice I do have a hard shell back case that I'm using with the iPad mini. And you'll notice that I'll go ahead and lock it in position. I can turn it. Look how nice the swivel works. I can swivel it to either side. And if that viewing angle, because of the reflection, was bothering me, what I can do is I can just lift it up and change that angle like that, lock it into position, and then I can twist on either side. That was with an iPad mini. So let's say I have a larger device, right? And what we'll do is we'll put in an iPad Air next. So I have an iPad Air. So you can see going from device to device. Here's an iPad Air. I still have the case on the iPad Air. I'm going to do the same thing. Now I can again take off the case if I'd like, or I'll just leave it on there, push it down a little bit. This is a leather case that we reviewed a couple days ago. And here's my iPad Air. And you notice again, I can swivel it. And if I wanted to change my viewing angle, all I do is open it, change the viewing angle, lower down again, and then lock it in position. And if I wanted to push it further down, do it like that. Now it's secure. And again, I can change the angle or the viewing as I'm looking at it. If I chose, the other thing I could do, and you could do this with the mini and this device, you notice that I can't put the tablet this way. Well, that's where this extension comes in. So what I can do is I can extend it further down, put the tablet in this position now, and notice now I have my iPad positioned here in a vertical as opposed to a landscape mode, and I could do the same thing. That's if I chose to, if I was reading a recipe as opposed to watching a video. Once again, because it's so versatile from an extension perspective, I could also, this is a Windows tablet. This is a Windows tablet with the actual keyboard. Again, I haven't taken anything out. Put it here in position, lower the actual lock it into place, and here I have a Windows tablet now. And you notice now, regardless of the size of the device, the actual upper desk tablet mount serves its purpose. So all in all, I've been trying this out for the last couple days in the kitchen. Really happy with the construction. I really appreciate the swivel feature. That's why I've been illustrating that with every single device that I've put on there. It really made a difference. I was using another tablet mount previous to this one where you didn't have the swivel ability, and we always found ourselves walking around to see what was going on the screen. I like the ability to do this. It keeps the kitchen clean. It keeps your tablet clean, which is really important, and you don't have to worry about getting any flour or any kind of the condiments on the device because it's kept pretty high. And I can keep it pretty far away from my stove because I have the ability to swivel left or right. So if you have any comments or questions or would like to know more about the upper desk portable cabinet mount, leave comments on YouTube. I'll leave a link to this product on Amazon, and as always, don't forget to subscribe and to share this video.